and gentlemen, happy National Day to you, Serbians anyway. 1804, February 15th, 1804, the first successful Serbian uprising happened in the middle of Serbia in a little village called Orasac, or something similar to that, which was led to the domino kind of ousting the Ottoman Turks from this area. Also in 1835, the first Serbian constitution was written on this date, February 15th, so it's got a lot of historic value. So happy National Day, my Serbian brothers and sisters. Today what I'm going to do really quick, because I talk a lot and I want to get this going, I wanted to give the best possible tips for coming to Serbia. Got a lot of people coming here soon and they wanted to get some tips. And my tour website's almost finished. I've been doing it myself. I've been sitting here asking people, getting all my 10,000 Facebook contacts, asking where people's from. I think this is going to be a big thing, man. And so if I got people that are interested in going to Kruševac, now I got a spreadsheet that I wrote out. I know all my contacts on Facebook. If I say, hey, what's the best restaurant? What's the best this? Send a quick message. I got them, man. I got the best possible deal that you'll ever find, baby. But anyway, I wanted to give some really good, important tips, the most important tips that you'll find. So let's start in here. First of all, this is based on some of the questions I get and things that I think are important. Number one is airfare. I've talked about airfare before. I usually buy through Expedia or Orbitz.com, which is silly because I'll just type in where I'm going and I'll purchase the first one. There's companies here in Serbia called, or all through Europe, discount air carriers that you don't have in the USA. And there's a company, my favorite is called Wizz Air, W-I-Z-Z. Wizz Air is a smaller plane company, but they don't allow big luggage to be put on, for the cheap prices. You can bring like a little carry-on bag, and they fly all around Europe, but they'll save you a ton of money. You walk through all these cities in Serbia, and there'll be these advertisements, and sometimes you can go from Belgrade to Sweden, Stockholm, Sweden, for like 35 euros. Here to Rome for 20 euros. Ton of huge savings from the big airlines. But they only go certain times during the month. You have to really plan it. You have to make sure if you have extra luggage, it's an extra cost. So if you're just traveling light, you're coming for a couple weeks with a backpack, it's a great way to save you money. If you're coming from the US, fly into Paris maybe, and then check Wizz Air, save you $200, $300, Or instead of flying into Belgrade directly, a lot of people that come here say they fly into Budapest and then take a train down into Serbia. It's a lot longer because Serbian trains and down in the Balkan regions, it's not the best. They're not high speed by any means, but you can go for about $20 from Budapest, Hungary, down to Belgrade. So it might save you, a couple $100. If you're not interested in that, just continue to fly into Belgrade, whatever. Next one, another cool thing. A lot of people ask me about is phone companies. In the USA, we have AT&T, Verizon, T-Mobile. Those are like our three biggest wireless providers in the United States. You can use them over here. You need to call your phone company. I had Verizon one year, and I came to Serbia, and I don't remember if I don't think I called them, and my phone still worked over here, but it was in roaming range. So I got back home, my phone bill was, oh my God, $500, $600, $700. $800. It was a lot, unbelievable because I used it a lot. So it's foolish. You can add on an international plan if you're only going to be here for a couple weeks, or the best solution is leave your phone there and come to Serbia and purchase one of these. This here is something that's really easy to get in Serbia. It's not like in the USA. This is a little SIM card. All Serbian phones run on a SIM card. In the USA, some phones don't even have a SIM card holder in it, So, but here they do. This takes 2 seconds to get one of these too in Serbia. It's really cool. You go up to a Trafika. A Trafika is like a little shop that's all around every corner. There's one here, there's one here, there's one here. They're all over every city you go to in Serbia has one. It's like a little shop with cigarettes, beer, whatever you want, and it's usually open 24 hours. You go up and you tell them you want a phone card, and they have three companies here, really the main ones: Telenor, VIP, and MTS. And on my iPhone, this is an iPhone 6. I don't know if you guys have seen it. I don't know if they've released. They give me priority on these. So my iPhone 6, I have Telenor here. And on this, all I did is I go up to a traffic and I say, I want one of these. They give it to you. It's 300 diners. That's $3.50, whatever, for this thing. You pop this out. Your telephone number's right here. You stick it in your phone. You're good to go. Then when you run out, then you need to put money on the car, or on this. And so usually what I do, I usually put about 200 diners every time. So I go up to a traffica 24 hours a day, give them 200 diners. I say, molim vas do puna. And it's called do puna is what it is. And then you give them your phone number, and then it'll go send you a text message, and you got credit. And so it's hassle-free. USA, you can't just go up and purchase one like that. You have to register it, Or you can, but you got to call in, give your name, your address, and that. With these, you do not, After 9/11 in the USA, they put like restrictions on those. They want to know who it is, where you are, and stuff like that in the USA. Here, obviously, they don't care. You pay it and you're good to go. Another cool thing about Serbian prepaid plans is if you run out of credits, people can still call you. USA, if I'm out of credits on this, nobody can call me. You'll call and I'll say, I'm sorry, the number you've called is unavailable at this time. Here in Serbia, I'm out of credits. My friends call me. I can talk for 2 hours on here, to them. They pay for it, I don't. It's a really, really good deal. And I wish they'd do that in the USA. But that's it. Phone cards are easy to get. Another kind of thing that's trouble, though, that you'll be aware of, this is a regular size SIM card. This phone here, this BlackBerry, that my dear, beautiful sister gave to me, it takes a mini SIM card. So I got to take this into a place to have it cut down and to stick in there to make it work. Also, if you have an iPhone or a BlackBerry that's on the American system, or I don't know what you even call a system, I don't know, we'll call it system because I don't know how to say it, network, there you go. You bring it to Serbia, even if it's a locked phone, there's shops here everywhere. You bring it in there, and it's about 2,000 diners or $20. They'll unlock your phone. So, people have came over here, like this. I've got another phone here was locked, and you can bring it in there. They unlock it, So it's a good deal for $20. So phones are easy to get. Plug-in and adapters. This is another frustrating thing. In Serbia, they use 220 volts. I've said that before. 220 volts. Most outlets are rounded. And they have two big plugs like this, okay? If you can see that okay. My camera, the stupid focus, I don't know what it is. I can't find the setting that fix it. But they use 220. In the USA, if you're coming from there, we use 120 volts, which looks like that. It's small, okay? You see that difference? And ours most of the time has a ground on it, in there, but theirs do not. And you can find these things. You will need this for any electrical device you have that's on our electrical system. And this is like 200 diners, $2, $3. You can get one of these. And people ask me, hey, will it blow up my computer? Will it blow up my hairdryer and stuff? And I don't know. It has never done that for me. I charge my phones, I charge my batteries, I charge my computers, and never had any issues with that. So, and you'll find out a lot of Serbian places, houses, homes, don't have very many outlets in each room. My dad builds homes. He puts a ton of outlets in every room because you might have TVs, computers, lights, all this stuff. But in Serbia, they don't. This crappy little place I'm at, there's one there, there's one there, and there's one there. There's three in this house. Frustrating. So you need to get like those big strips and stuff. So not as convenient. But 220, you'll need these, okay? You can find them in Serbia. You don't need to buy them now. Next one, credit cards. Another very frustrating thing here in Serbia is credit cards. If you come from the USA, some people have been here and live here and don't have a problem with their bank. It depends on what bank you use. My banks that I use is an Illinois local bank and a prepaid card. I have two. They both are run on the debit or on the MasterCard debit card is what they are. They will not work at ATMs in Serbia. And they did work in 2010 until late 2011, and then they quit working. And so right now, for me to get money out of my account is a pain in the ass. I have to transfer it from PayPal. I put it in my PayPal account, and then I send it to a foreigner that lives here in Serbia who has PayPal. She is a wonderful lady. She kind enough, she takes it out of an ATM because her Irish bank works, takes it out, she sends it through the post office to me. So something that should take me 5 minutes takes me like 5 days to get my money. So it's a real hassle. So call your bank and ask them if your bank card will work in Serbia or the Balkans, and they should be able to tell you. They have codes on there. When I first had an issue, I called my bank. About the 10th person I finally got, they tried to help me. And I told them, I said, hey, I've got a bunch of money in there. How come it will not work? I can't get my money out. I'm over here in Europe. The lady said, well, how close are you to a country, Hungary? And I said, how close am I to Hungary? I said, well, Hungary is north of me, the country north of me. And she said, well, can't you go there and use it? Like, you freaking kidding me? Drive to Hungary to use my debit card? I don't think so, honey. It's not that easy, So always call and check, I had people, there's other foreigners here that have had zero issues. Both of their cards work and they have no problems. But, check those things out because it's important. If you don't have people back to rely on, it can put you in a world of trouble. Mine, some people told me there's another girl here, she can't use an ATM, but hers will work for purchases, so she can go buy food with her card, but mine will not work for anything, So, next one, medical care in Serbia. Medical care in Serbia, it's always good if you're an American or somebody to purchase medical insurance. You can usually get it fairly cheap, I guess, for our standards, but there's still additional fees on it. If you are in need, I'm not a doctor or a dentist or anything like that, so please you shouldn't even take my advice, but something a lot of people do that have saved thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars is to find a doctor over here to have surgeries done. There's a lady that I know, a really nice lady she was needing some fertility procedure she was having done. USA was going to be about $10,000. Over here, she could do it for $2,000. And also she could come over here, her and her husband, airfare tickets, have 2 weeks beautiful vacation, enjoy themselves, see family, have her procedure that's just as high quality physicians, go back to the United States and still save $5,000. Ton of savings over here. These things are called medical vacations. They're becoming very, very popular for people in the United States that need different things. It's so much cheaper. Less than a quarter, a tenth of the cost in the USA you can have done here, And everybody says, oh, it's a second world country, they don't know what they're doing. Bullshit, Very high quality physicians here, especially fertility. They have some of the best fertility doctors here in the world. And if you're looking for a sex change, somebody said like down in southern Serbia is one of the best doctors in the world to do sex changes. So if that's your thing, I don't know, I'm not going to judge you, that's your business, but you might check into coming to Serbia, save you a few thousand, especially dental care. People say in the USA they have what would cost them $2,000, they can come here for $100 and have it done. So there's tons of savings. This tour company that I'm going to do, I'm going to investigate. I'm going to find some, good quality sources and try to get like a section on my website that I'm doing myself. I've been pretty proud of myself. But I'm going to have a section on there, try to find some doctors that work something like that out for you that can give you a quote kind of and maybe save you a ton of money anyway. So it's always worth checking. If you can save 5, 6, 7,000, do it, baby. Next one, last question I get asked a lot. Everybody asks me about the water, and the food, if it's safe to drink and safe to eat. Yes. The water here in some of the smaller villages in South Serbia in the mountains, people drink it. They can drink it out of the streams. They use wells, of course. And here up north in Vojvodina area, the water's not as good. Zrenjanin and Novi Sad over in kind of northwest part of the country, it's not good. In Paleolithic times, this was kind of a under sea, and so they say like the water's yellow and it stinks and it's greasy, it's bad. Here in Pančevo, I drink tap water, all the time. When I'm not drinking pivo, I drink tap water. So depending on which Serbian you ask, I posted on this on Facebook because so many of my Serbian friends will say, man, never drink our water, and then the other half says, man, I've drank it my whole life. Never had any problems with that water. I apologize, my battery just died, or my memory card was full, I'm sorry. But I never had problems with the water, and the food is really, really safe and healthy, and it's a lot healthier and safer than what we eat in the USA probably. I wouldn't say safer. I mean, we have standards on our foods and everything, but healthier is a better word. And I've had maybe 1 or 2 cases here where I've eaten something at a little restaurant or little food place and gotten sick on that, So Serbia is a very clean place. You don't have to worry about bacteria, tons of bacteria or different diseases, viruses and such, going on here. So don't worry about that. And that's really about it, my friends. I hope I was a little bit of help to you. I've got some more questions to answer. I had this big, massive amount of questions from a lady that'll take me, I ramble so much, it'll take me ages to do it. And I'll get to that soon. Ryan, my buddy, you asked me a ton of questions too. And a gentleman from Philadelphia, he asked me like my top 10 favorite places in Serbia. I'm working on that on my website right now. So my tour company. And I think it's going to be successful, guys. And, I would love to, to have some more of you to email me, like if you're interested in assisting me with things. What I wanted to do, one of the greatest things about Serbia is people, and interaction with local people. And I'm working with the Serbia for Youth organization that's doing something similar to that, and it's great. But I wanted to get these foreigners that come here to interact with local people. So I'm looking, that's why I started this spreadsheet that I've got all my 10,000 some Serbian friends, I'm writing their location. So if I've got like somebody that's interested wants to take a tour that's going to take them into Pirot, I want them to meet some people in Pirot. I had a really nice lady, she commented on my post and she said, what you should do? She said you should schedule these people that come to stay with a Serbian family so they can see how a Serbian family lives and interacts and things. And I think that's an awesome idea, So with this, I hope I can make a little bit of money. I can provide some local people a little bit of money for maybe their home to cook a traditional meal, to have a local tour guide. My whole idea behind this was because I should have done this a long time ago, because I get so many messages from people that ask me where to go, what to do, what to see, how to do it, all this, I'm not an expert by any means. I'm not even a smart guy. I've said that before, but I know people, and that's a good thing. So my whole idea, I'm a lot of fun, I'll give myself that. I like to have a good time. I like to go out. I like to drink. I like to do fun things. I like to see things. I'm amazed by about everything. So all my Serbian friends always tell me, they're like, man, I can't believe you're so interested in this, or you're not bored. I don't get bored very often, I try to take advantage and enjoy everything. So I know not everybody's that way, but with this, I wanted to have my fun passion for this country, and a local that knows what he's doing. Somebody fun, somebody that's got energy, somebody that is fun to be around. I like to take tours by myself. I don't like to take guided tours, because I find that usually the guy's kind of boring, or the girl. I've never really found some that are that fun, that have my personality. So the good thing about this, if I send somebody on a tour to Pirot or to somewhere else, I'm gonna know a guy down there or a girl. And maybe they want a beautiful girl that's going to show them around. That's fine. Maybe they want a young man that likes to drink. I've got contacts. I'll find them somebody. I'll pay that guy a little bit of money to make sure that they have a hell of a good time. So I think it'll be a unique little thing. The other unique thing that I really want to do, that I think will be a big thing, and the Serbian diaspora is huge. Serbs all over the world, and so many of them, I'm so honored that so many of them contact me, write to me, follow me, and their kids follow me, and they say, man, I'm going back to Serbia this time. I've never been there before. I don't really know what to do. Something I thought would be awesome is to come up with this Serbian heritage, Serbian roots tour, Serbian pride tour. It's going to take them to so maybe they've never been to Serbia. They don't know a lot about their history because they grew up in Australia or New Zealand or Chicago. This tour will take them to all these famous sites, that they need to be aware of. They'll go through it. They'll learn about each individual place, have a blast. They'll go home. They'll have an idea of what it feels like to be a Serb, So I think it'll be a great, great thing. And I need your help for that. I posted that on Facebook, and thank God I got a ton of you. I said, hey, if you're a Serb and what's the best parts of your history or whatever, or your heritage, and people wrote me a lot of info. So I'm gonna have some cool stuff, and I think we can do something big with this and benefit everybody. So right now, what I really need from you, I've got a lot of people that don't like me, so I've got to make sure that I do everything legally, by the book, So if some of you are watching and you know all the details, how I can register it to do it correctly, what all I need to do, please let me know, because the websites out there are not that friendly to non-Serbian speaking people. I want to make sure I do everything by the book and get it all legit, and then we'll go from there. So I'm ready to do it almost by March 1st. I'm going to have the website finished. So I hope you like it too. I've been doing it myself. It's kind of hard. I'm not very good at stuff like that. Anyway, my friends, that's it. Thank you for watching. Do widzenia. Happy National Day.